好，再来录一点。虽然说是录，但其实我也开始直播推流就是了。
The next day, I'd promised Carmen I'd return to help her get the cafe ready for her sister's arrival. I was about to set out when I received an unexpected call from my hotel's reception desk. Apparently, another guest had asked for me by name. Curious, I took the creaking elevator up to the top floor and made my way to the room number they'd given. I knocked.
Are you here about the camera? It's about time.
The woman in front of me was immaculate. Not a hair out of place or a crease to be seen.
My sister tells me you know how to fix things. I'd usually go to an expert, of course, but in this town...
So this was Carmen's sister? The two of them couldn't have been more different. Inside her room, I saw a beautiful reflex camera. Any professional photographer's dream.
The viewfinder is completely dark. I assume you can figure out what's wrong.
算了，就叫虚拟器吧。我也不知道是。啊，对，就是这个。先拆。老实说，有时候拆的时候会不知道怎么把它装回来。中线好像是比较少，就是了。好，这边有一个。
I don't suppose you've fixed anything this valuable before.
谁知道呢？说不定我还真修过。哎呦，驱气怎么被你弄成这样的？太过分了，靠！
If I use the screwdriver, I could adjust the angle of the mirror.
哦，这个意思。哦，还需要这样啊。 Nice.
Perfect. Now the viewfinder should be working.
锁。啊，没有锁匙，我还在想，好像多了一个螺丝啊。 没装回去。
Looks like something is still missing.
Still me 哦，还要帮你装胶卷，过分。胶卷你就自己装嘛，真是。
I felt a pang of envy as I handed the camera to Helena. I put my disposable to shame.
哦，对，他用的是另外一种便宜的照相机。
I picked it up on my first trip to Paris.
靠，还是限量的。
1958 limited edition.
Wow.
The first of its kind. It cost me 3 months' salary, but it was worth it.
I had no idea what 3 months' salary meant to Helena, but I was pretty sure it was more than I could afford. It was strange, really, that we were even staying in the same hotel. I'd picked this place because it was cheap and cheerful, but surely she could afford somewhere better. She took some test shots, fiddling with the camera settings until she was absolutely satisfied.
This work is immaculate. At least there's one person in this town who knows what they're doing. Sending you to me might be the first thing Carmen's actually gotten right.
I wondered why Helena had bothered coming if she thought so little of her sister.
I hear nothing from her for weeks, and then when she finally does call me, all she wants is money. If she thinks I'm lending her another penny, she'll have to convince me it's not a total waste of time.
That didn't sound good. If Hurricane Helena was about to hit, I hoped Carmen was ready.
哦，霓虹灯，霓虹灯我还真没接触过。相机这种好歹以前是有
The
拆
sun
过
was setting
的，
over
拆过
Bella
重
Riva by the
组
time I
过。
reached Carmen's
霓
cafe.
虹灯我好像这
From the outside, it looked as
剧
quiet
我
as
好像
ever,
真没
but
真没怎么
inside,
接触过
I
啊。
found Carmen cleaning like her life depended on it.
完了，一大死。
Maria! Oh, don't mind all of this. If Helena finds one speck of dust in here, I'll never hear the end of it.
Carmen seemed pleased to see me, but I sensed the fidgeting tension beneath each sweep
完
of her
美主
mop.
义
I
者，
hope you didn't mind fixing the camera for her. She was furious when it broke. I really need this to go well. If she doesn't lend me the money, I don't know how long I can keep this place going.
那为什么要？哎算了
Carmen led me to a back room, where she'd laid out the components of what looked like a neon sign.
I had this made when I first opened the cafe, but I'm hopeless with electronics.
So there was supposed to be a sign outside. This might explain.
I'd like to put it up before Helena gets
不错啊。
here. Can you give it a try?
看起来不错哦，帮你装。我看一下，先装上灯，这个肯定是装在背面，然后粘。哦，先把这拆开了。哦，不对，我装过灯，我想起来了。我想起来了，靠！我自己做过那种小玩具一样的灯。啊，要浇水，好的好的，粘起。好，老师，我觉得这应该锁。 亮了 ，nice。
I don't know, it's a bit flat. Maybe if it flashes, it'll really catch people's eye.
单调。
Great idea. I think I have a spare part that could do that.
这是什么？闪烁效果吗？试试看，浇水。 说实在，我也不知道电路是怎样的。好，这样子吗？会什么样的？这样啊？好像还不太
Still
行。
needs something else. Maybe we can add one of these.
应该是要轮流。哇哦，哇哦！ 越来越多了，什么意思？先拔下来吗？不太懂什么意思。啊，这个去掉，看一下。应该不是啊。哦，那先把它贴上。哦，贴上才能那个，贴上才能有一个新的地方来接电线。先把线接上。 算也行吧。哦，是啊是啊。你家卖什么的？我记得是卖我记得是个咖啡厅啊。咖啡厅披萨好吃吗？冰淇淋吧。咖啡厅应该有冰淇淋才对啊。啊，这个不错。嗯，不错。
It works. I'll screw everything together again and you'll be set.
一个，老师想要电钻，啊，我电钻没带回来。哦，电钻真的好好用啊！nice。哎，我鼠标怎么不见了？啊，有了。
The sign fixed, we headed outside and mounted it carefully over the cafe door.
Oh, that's perfect, Maria. It looks just how I imagined it. When I had this sign made, it all seemed so simple. Oh, I can't believe I might have to give it all up. I hope I've done enough.
A smile froze on her face as she spotted something over my shoulder. I turned to see.
Of course, my sister owns the only cafe in this entire town that isn't...
Carmen opened her mouth to explain, but finally pausing in the doorway, she turned back towards Carmen.
The first thing we're doing is getting rid of that hideous sign.
And with that, she disappeared inside. I hoped Carmen's chances of saving the cafe hadn't disappeared with her.
管这叫难看，你过分。 哦，游戏机，看着有点像 SP 啊，这感觉是 SP 啊，老任的 SP。全名叫什么来着？我也想不起来了。反正那时候折盖是真的好好看，很好玩，而且也不大，方便携带。
When Joseph called with another job, I was craving the cool quiet of his and Izzy's seafront house. I barely reached their front door when I heard someone calling me.
Maria, I need your help. Quickly!
It was Izzy, peeking out from the side of the house. She beckoned for me to follow her. She led me through to a beautiful, unruly garden overflowing with flowers of every color. Nestled among them...
You have to squeeze past it and breathe in real small, like this.
Izzy took in a big gulp of air, and I hadn't planned on crawling in the dirt today, but the life of a repairwoman never did run smooth. On the table inside, there was an electronic toy. Not exactly the usual stock in my parents' antique shop.
Can you fix it for me?
好啦好啦，帮你看帮你看。哦，什么游戏？Frost Adventure。Sneta 什么游戏啊？ What the？ 你给我把屏幕弄碎了！哇，过分！什么鬼？这个屏，看，一声音芯片坏了，下面那个是不是也坏了？死了。 按键也是碎的，哇！你这丸子，你干什么啊你？哇，这个是声音的芯片，这应该在上面的吧？啊，对，这样就能开吗？这样蛮容易的，先松开，拿下来。不对，这一片也要换吗？ 对不对？只是焦掉应该无所谓。啊，不对不对，屏幕也要换。这先拿下来，然后把它放回去。就是在这的了。 怎么在？对，是这个。哎呀，不对， 哦，下面还没接。我看看这个插槽插进去，旋转一下，二接，不对，接着对，这个还蛮简单的，还会有绿色提示你装的对不对。
Do grown-ups play games as well?
废话，你这不废话吗？哦 ，Popping Play， 这绝对是 Gameplay。哎，不对，这
Can
不
you
是
show me how to
Gameplay，
play?
Game Boy。
I tried before, but it was so hard.
Really？ 还能这样？哇哦！拍照游戏啊！拍照游戏我还真想不起来有什么。东方我倒是知道有一个文化帖。
Her toy fixed, I watched Izzy retreat into its screen, taking refuge in a 3-inch world of her own.
现在都几寸了？这电脑27
Well,
寸。
I'd better head inside.
27
Your
寸吧
dad is waiting for
完蛋
me.
了
Please don't tell him about the game. He'll think I broke it on purpose.
哦，原来是你爸的
Why would he think that?
Because, well,
啊
I！kind of dropped it
小孩子一吵就是在摔东西
at
吗
the？wall.
Izzy looked down,
吵架了。
scuffing her shoes on the worn floor of the playhouse.
哎呀，
My dad said I had to go to this stupid festival tomorrow and put on a stupid dress, and I don't want to. All he cares about is working. He never wants to see me unless it...
With that, Izzy dove back through the rosebush
他
and
会叫你
disappeared
去，那
into
就
the
肯定不
wilds
是
of
因
the
为只是
garden.
工作啦。
She was so young. She couldn't be expected to see that her dad was struggling. It made me think. Had I really tried hard enough to understand my parents' point of view? I was so focused on the adventures ahead of me. Maybe I didn't care enough about leaving them behind. 刹那还是刹那来着？刹吧。 Leaving Izzy hiding in the garden, it was only then I noticed my favorite overalls covered in grass stains. I was repairing a lawnmower.
How unusual. Well, do come in.
Totally embarrassed, I walked into an orderly room filled with papers and... You must be so busy getting ready for the festival. Are you looking forward to it?
Of course. It's traditional for the mayor to judge food from... I'll be declaring the best chef in Bella Riva by this time tomorrow. Speaking of which...
He unclipped the watch from his wrist, and very...
I'll have a tight schedule to follow, but my watch stopped working a while ago. Could you see if you could make it tick?
哇，你们这些人怎么东西坏了全是碎表面啊？哇！
Are you sure it will all fit back together?
不能，当然不能确定。看了，大概是他妻子送的吧。可以，哥。哦，还好还好。
Ah, the main plate has completely
Ah,
cracked.
really?
I'll need to replace it. The cogs look good, though. If I'm careful, I can reuse those.
哇，这个先一个拆下来。哇！ 哎，不对，那你之前是怎么动的？你表那个配件是那样子的，你之前这个东西是怎么动的？不是，这些拆下来，为什么这动不了？ 这里吧。OK。然后再来吃2个。这种斜角说实在的很难换，很难调。
I've not gone a day without this watch since my wife gave it to me.
哦，还真的是啊。这我是怎么都一个尺啊？不太对劲。等，我看错了，我刚刚还以为是他自己在动。一个。 2个、3个、4个，好，然后再装上去。OK。我好像也没怎么戴过手表。
My fingers traced over the engraving on the back. I hoped fixing this was what.
I can't believe it's working, Maria. Thank you. My wife was a brilliant woman. Feeling this ticking on my wrist, it watches measure minutes and hours like they're infinite. I didn't know we had so little time.
Just then, the phone rang. Even when he was at home, his work was never done.
Sorry, Maria. I have to take this.
As I left, I turned and saw him pacing the floor of his office, his watch glinting in the afternoon. I hoped its quiet ticking would...
手表会让人暴躁。 我们手表都不会，但有时手腕上有东西真的挺不舒服的。哦，这是什么？放映机。这个叫什么来着？这个。
When my last job of the day brought me to Carmen's apartment, the door was opened by someone I didn't expect to see, Helena.
敲窗。
Sorry for inflicting this mess on you. Carmen's never seen a knick-knack she doesn't want to buy, apparently.
Carmen's apartment was a little chaotic, but totally charming. It was easy to imagine her living in a place like this.
说实在的，这样也不错。平常再放个。
It definitely wasn't Helena's style. She seemed more upmarket than flea market. I wondered why she was even.
We're having a clear out, or at least I am. Carmen's not helping.
真的嫌弃她没。
There's a market at the festival tomorrow. I'm selling some of these things to make her some money.
啊，我也想买点东西了。
She says she has nothing when there's all this stuff right under her nose.
Helena stepped delicately past the items on the floor.
Look at this
啊，幻灯机。
Our parents
幻灯片机，
treasured
对，
it.
想起来了，想起来了。
Piece of junk. Can you take a look?
来，我们看看。body。 一般的话是不会把这个螺丝做这么出来的啦，因为螺丝肯定是藏在那个角下面，就这4个角下面。好，抱歉，按到外面去了。先放边上，看看。Warning before electricity， 小心电压。又没接。 等，电源哦，电源在那没事，不是电池是，这是。
Light bulb is completely smashed. Okay, I'll need to redirect the light to the lens at the top for the projector to work.
怎么调整？装回去。啊，这个。哦，这样子。
Oh, typical. Carmen's even managed to get a slide stuck in here.
我卡住了。先往这个。 拿起来看一下。哦，这样子啊。去拿这个。哦，这样子啊，这几个口是装灯的。好，我们来调一下。正确就。实际上是这样子吗？实际上这灯应该是。这灯不应该是这样子的吧？差不多，装上去，调一下位置，好。是她们姐妹啊。
I was so excited when I moved to the city. Carmen, she looks so sad.
Oh.
Here's the clicker you'll need to attach. God knows how Carmen broke that as well.
他这破坏的也太严重了吧！这可不是随便丢在边上就会换就会换成这样的水平啊！就能换成这样的水平。
I should make sure I screw everything back together.
When we were younger, Carmen was always following me around. I suppose she looked up to me. A cool older sister. She used to ask me when I was coming home, but I was always too busy.
Looks like there's still a screw missing.
1、2、3、4、5，我可以装回去了。转一下，好。说的这手上也太粗糙了。
Helena was transfixed, staring at the two young sisters the projector had brought glaringly into focus.
I never meant to let her down.
But you haven't, have you? You came all this way just to help with the cafe. Plus the money.
That's the problem. There is no money. I lost my job a few months ago. My savings are almost gone. I have nothing. Carmen thinks I'll throw my checkbook at her bad decisions and make them okay. But I can't. Not this time. You know, the funny thing is, I came here wanting to tell her the truth. But she's so infuriating. How can I ask her for help when all she cares about is herself?
Helena fell silent, shrinking under the gaze of her younger self, projected onto the wall.
We drifted so far apart when I moved away. It felt like the only thing keeping us together was my bank balance. I know I have to tell her the truth. It isn't fair. But I already lost everything else. What if I lose her too?
确实啊，分个两地确实这个。好，今天再玩一个，最后一个，就先到这。
The day of the festival finally came, and after all my hard work, I was ready to put down my tools.
可以跳过这一段吗？我
The
现在也会聊了。
competition would start any minute.
我想吃夜宵。
Most stall holders were waiting anxiously for the mayor to pay them. All of them, that was, except Carmen, who was still frantically chopping vegetables and...
Helena was supposed to help me run the stall today, but she never turned up. Probably too ashamed to show her face.
这都是不
I
肯
can't
讲嘛，
believe she lied to
肯
me.
讲就造成误会嘛。有。
Carmen was stirring so furiously, she was in danger of tipping the pot over altogether.
The mayor will be here
是
any
应该先
minute
完
for the
成
judging,
再
but
出来
I'm
吗？
almost out of my
这不是
special.
你的问题吧？
She wasn't really going to ask me, was she? Not on my day off.
I have a stove ready to build and everything. Can you set it up and make me a spare batch?
哦，备用。可是你这个早完成了。好，新装这个。看看哦，应该是这个是支架开关，应该先是这个，然后把开关装在这。我记得我有看到过这个怎么装。对，是这样子。那个水能拿不能？然后再来一个架子。
It all fits. Now to light the gas.
我也没有盖死吧 ？OK, nice。哦，这先拿出来还要。nice。哦，还要我帮你倒，这是不是还要我帮你把叶子加进去？啊？
I think that pot is really boiling now. Smells great, if I say
不要，
so
我
myself.
想我。
Here are the ingredients that Carmen's given me. What to add first?
Got 1 pin of stock. 啊？等一下，我又看不懂英文。1 pint of stock， 一品托的什么东西？黄油？1/4 这个是根，1/4根 of half。我猜是胡萝卜。然后2 broccoli floret and 4 of chopped tomatoes。啊，这个我知道。2半。
That looks good. I'll scoop a spoonful when I'm ready to serve.
可以。然后3个也啊？对不对？它这是一条呀 ，half of carrot rustic， 然后是加3个野菇。这切成片，哎，这切块应该是正好3颗吧？他怎么可能多给我啊？然后 pretty of， 给他，这我啊？这写的什么啊？洋葱吗？洋葱花椰菜，我觉得是花椰菜。我就是洋葱日文是什么来着？哦，洋葱英文是什么？完了，英文不会了。有个声音。我让全家了，我不管了。4级汤，好吧，我做成功。
part done, Carmen took over and added the finishing touches. It was just in time, and a moment later, Joseph arrived with Izzy in tow. Carmen anxiously...
That was so tasty. Can I have some more, please?
Well, you've certainly earned yourself a loyal customer in my daughter. We have a few more meals to taste, but so far you are one of the best. Good luck.
Joseph and Izzy looked so happy together. Maybe the festival was doing them some good after all. Carmen, on the other hand, seemed annoyed. But why, when it had all gone so well?
I wish Helena was here to...
She wants what's best for you. She's just not very tactful about it.
Yes, I know. Even when I was a kid, she pushed me when no one else did. I just wish she hadn't lied to me. But then, I've asked so much of her over the years. I never stopped to think how much she actually had to give.
Hello, Chief。好，那今天就先到这。哎呀，不好意思。好，拜拜。